Okay, so let's start with first the different deployment types. So enterprise application is basically your it is a collection of like web applications, EJB modules, and resource adapter modules. So this is like an FYI because like as an administrator, you just need to know like what is the difference between an enterprise application or web application. Okay. So an enterprise application can have like one or more web application, but usually and it is the highest level of abstraction like for enterprise ER archive. For web applications, you will be simply having like some JSP pages or along with the helper classes. So basically an enterprise application components are like below. It can contain web application, it can have enterprise EJB modules and some resource adapter modules. And usually like for enterprise application, the archive file name is within .er. And we already posted the ER is for enterprise archive because it is an enterprise application. So when you like explore the ER archive, so you can see that it contains jar files, war files, and can have RAR modules as well, and some XML descriptor file for the enterprise application and its bundled application and modules. So usually there is an XML descriptor file like weblogic.xml, okay, or web.xml, which contains the settings for your for your application. And similarly for an WAR file, which is your web application, so it can contain a servlet or JSP page and the classes, which are the helper classes for the theme, and a web.xml deployment descriptor, which contains some settings or some properties related to your application. Okay. And web applications may also contain some JSP tag libraries, some HTML pages or image files or any supporting classes or jar files. And one weblogic.xml deployment descriptor as well, which configures WebLogic server specific elements for web applications. So if you guys want to see, you can see a sample web.xml. So anyone of you have worked on Java?
No.
Okay. So basically, your when you like develop work on Java, you write the code, then you compile the code, okay, and there are some property XML files which you update as per your application. So some are they are basically generated automatically in your IDE as soon as like you work and you create servlets, you create EJB modules. At that time, these are automatically generated, but you can edit them as well as per your need. So here we have the web app setting, then servlet mapping. Just in like an FYI, you can have these details, but usually you will not be dealing this with this much. That's an app developer profile. Okay. So, and similarly, we have like we can have one. This is for weblogic.xml. Okay. So here you can also define some WebLogic specific settings for your web application. So web.xml is the standard format and WebLogic.xml is specific for WebLogic only. So if you deploy that particular ER or WAR file on some other like WebSphere or Tomcat, it will not work in that way. Because like WebLogic checks if you have some WebLogic.xml in INF directory or not. Okay. And resource adapters are basically some files or some you can say adapters. They contain some specific settings related to those adapters. So just in case you have some connection pool parameters for some particular application, and those comes under some resource adapters. So you will either get it from your like development team or Oracle might give you, or they also comes bundled with default Oracle product. So if you have like some JMS components you have, then you might get some JMS XA adapters like that. XA, non-XA, many kind of adapters are there for like JMS and all. So those automatically installed, or you may need to install separately to support your application. Okay. So what are the different deployment operations? So if you are installing the app for the first time, then the only option you have is the install option. And if like you have some updated code which you have received from the dev team for deployment, then that is an update on the existing. So if your application is already in the WebLogic console, then you don't need to like and if you get a request from dev team to deploy the code, then you simply update the original application. And if you want to delete the ER file or WAR file or JAR file, then you can use the delete option. Start if we want to start the application. Stop is to stop the application. So if you like start, the user will be able to access the application, and when you click on stop, the user will not be able to access the application. And before like any update, install update option or delete option, you need to first stop the application.
Anuj,
Yeah.
like, do we have to, you know, like, start or stop or troubleshoot the Java J2EE application too, as well?
Yeah.
Is it same?
Yeah, it is same. Java J2E application is nothing but the same deployment, ER files and WAR files to discuss.
They are also ER WAR file?
Yeah, they are ER file only.
Oh.
Enterprise archive. So your J2E web application is your enterprise application only.
Okay.
Because your enterprise application consists of J2E application only.
Oh.
So maximum, mostly you will be getting request for deployment of ER files, that is enterprise application.
Enterprise application.
For web application, you usually use like Tomcat, like low, because the web applications do not need like if they are like critical, but usually at enterprise level you will see only ER files, but you may have to deal with web application as well. So, but
Uh-huh.
WebLogic has a support for web applications as well, so you can deploy those as well.
And that's our job too, right?
Yeah, it is our job.
And it comes under this deployment, like the way we deploy in the ER Warfrog, we do the same thing, same way.
Yes, there is only
Oh.
one method for deployment, so it's whatever it is, you need to the process is same.
Hmm. And the troubleshooting comes in the while we deploy or start, stop.
Yes, you will many times get some exceptions, you will get some errors. Then, after, like you need to proceed after checking that particular error. You need to like
Mhm.
troubleshoot that particular error. That
Oh,
will
okay.
like only come with the experience. Like that depends on the error like which you will be getting.
Uh-huh.
So maybe like ER file is corrupt or your disk space is full. Okay, so errors like this, or some ER file is placed on some Unix box and the you're deploying it from the console, but you don't have like access to that particular folder on that particular machine. So
Uh-huh.
definitely your WebLogic will not be able to pick up that particular application, so it will throw an error at that time. So this will, so it will say okay, access denied while accessing the ER file. Sorry. So this is how like you can troubleshoot.
Okay.
So any question in deployment operations? Okay, then we have different application states. Application states are like you can have an application state as new, you can have application state as prepared, you can have application state as admin, failed, and active. So basically, new is when you freshly deploy the code first time, because even like if you buy something from a store, it's new unless you have opened the packing and you use it. Okay, so you have like freshly deployed it in the admin console. At that time its state will be new. Prepared is when your like application is successfully installed and it's ready for users access, but before that you just need to start the application. So if you have an application currently running in WebLogic and you stop it, it will be in prepared state. Just like it's similar, you can say an army officer is ready in his uniform to go to the war. He just need the order. So he is in prepared state, and what he needs is he needs just an order from the higher command to go into the war. So that is what you can compare to prepared state. So your application is readily available. You just need to start it, and then your users will be able to access the application. So it will go into the live state. Am I clear? Are you guys able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, and there is one admin as well. Admin state. You guys don't have like faced any issue with managed servers yet when like managed servers goes into admin state, right?
Not yet.
Yeah, we are not having that problem.
Yeah, so this state is common for deployment as well as managed server. And why we have like this state? Admin state is basically, you can say it is saying that it needs admin to check the application. Admin is we, the WebLogic administrator. So we are the persons it is asking us to check the application. So when your application goes into admin state, it goes into admin state if there is an issue in the deployment. So basically your application was deployed successfully earlier, but what is happening is when today you are starting it for the users, you are starting the application internally is getting some error, some file is corrupt or some files are missing. In that case, like your application will not be able to come up successfully. And what happens is when it doesn't come up successfully, it goes into admin state. Same goes to your managed server. If your managed server is not able to come up successfully, it goes into admin state. Suppose there is some database connectivity or application is there which is installed. So in case of any issues with database connectivity or any other issue in the server startup, it will go into admin state. So in admin state, it is similar like your application is not available to users. They will be, it is like the same stop state. So that's how is the admin state. Any question in admin state? Binod, Amit, है?
The admin state, it's only managed server goes in the admin state, right?
No, your application as well can go into admin state.
That is basically is a stop state.
Yeah, that your usual stop state is when your app is stopped successfully, but it goes into admin state while starting up. So it was not able to start up successfully. That's why it went into admin state.
So there should be some problem, I guess, when
Yes.
it goes to the admin state.
Right. In that case, you need to troubleshoot the same and fix the issue so that it comes into perfect state. The usual up and running state is active.
Active,
So usually if you see your application state is active, that means everything is perfect. And when we have failed state, whenever like there is some critical failure in the deployment, at that particular time your application can go into failed state. So basically, like, let me tell you, suppose your application is up and running. Right now it is in active state, but some critical bug encountered or some critical error occurred in the application. Okay. At that time it will go into failed state because it was running previously, but it encountered an error. At that time it will move the application into failed state, that okay, this is the error which I encountered and now I am going into failed state. Admin state it goes when, see, the scenario is same. There are critical errors in both condition, in admin state as well as the failed state. But the difference here is it will go into admin state when you start the application. When you manually select start, and you start the application, at that particular moment it goes into admin state. But it goes into failed state when it was up and running successfully and some bug or issue encountered, and after which it went to failed state. Similar thing happens to WebLogic managed server as well. If managed server is restarting and any disconnect or any issue encountered, it will go into admin state. But if if WebLogic server is up and running already, it encounters some, you can say, deadlock situation, some other critical error, then it goes to failed state. So this is like admin and failed, so they're like similar to both your managed server and deployment, both things.
So I have one. So the shutdown state of managed server is similar to that of the prepared state?
No, no, no. Because when you shut down the application, you're only shutting down the application. So it is available to the managed server, but it is not available to the user. So that's only like terminology, but if you see logically, your application state is also shut down. If you like shut down your managed server, so that is, it's a state is shut down. But when you like shut down the application, its state is also, like, you can say, logically shut down. But what WebLogic has given the term is prepared.
Prepared.
Yeah. Prepared means, yeah, it is stopped, but it is in prepared condition, so you can start it whenever you want.
So admin state is a stop state. Basically, it happens when we deploy application and try to start the application, right?
Admin is like when there is some issue during the startup,
Yeah,
during the app startup,
during the startup. Yeah.
and yeah,
So at that time, we have to do a troubleshooting and like find out the errors and update
right.
it.
Because in this case, you will not be able to start your application. Your users will not be able to access the application. So that is like a critical thing. So first you need to
And
check.
and when we deploy the application, either in like the admin server, I mean the managed server,
Mhm.
admin server, do we use the no-hop? So even we are logged out, the application will still be running and available for user.
Yeah, because if we don't use know-how, then like servers will be shut down when we close the system, when we
Yeah.
log out, then the app will not be available to the users.
So it's always good to use no-hop, huh?
Yeah,
But
right.
that's the only way to do.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Or use the
when we
node
start the
manager.
managed server, sorry.
Like, or use the node manager, like, so that also restarts the managed server and all in background. So it doesn't like matter if you like log out from the terminal. If your node manager is running, so it will take care of everything. Okay.
But if we
Yeah.
cut on our computer, will the node manager still be running or not?
Yeah, in that case, like, you will need to restart node manager as a Windows service or in no-hub mode, because you're at that particular moment your node manager is single point of failure. So if you shut down your node manager, then it may impact access to other services.
Okay. Well, we'll do it when we deploy the sample application, right?
Yes.
Okay.
For node manager, we will learn in the node manager section. But we will,
Okay.
for apps, we will check here.
Okay. Anuj.
Okay, so these were the deployment operations, which are self-explanatory. Then these are the application state. So these are the fine states. This is the main state. If it is active, that means everything is good. Active means the app is available to users. Failed means some critical bug encountered while the app was running. So you need to go to the app, restart it, or need to check in the logs that why into went to failed state. Admin state is same as well. You need to go and check in the logs why it went to admin state and resolve the same. Okay, so basically what happens when you have the deployment? So what happens in the background when you deploy the app? So there are basically in WebLogic, the deployment is a two-phase deployment. So there are like two phases. First phase is prepare phase and the second one is activate phase, right? So even like you might have noticed that when you deploy the application in the console, first you click on lock and edit, then you deploy the application, and once the application is deployed, you click on activate changes, right? So these are like two different phases. So when you click on lock and edit, it went into the prepare phase. So what happens in the prepare phase? When you click lock and edit, then click on install, select the ER file, then click next to deploy it, and then in the last you click on save. So at that particular moment, what it does is it distributes and copies all the files and it prepares the application and its components for activation. And validation, it happens for activation, and the validation of distributed items is performed, and error checks are also performed on that if all files have been distributed successfully or not. So you got my point? So basically what is happening is in prepare phase, suppose you have one managed server in Binod's server, and one managed server is on Amit's server. So in prepare phase, what it will do is it will copy the ER file is only on Binod's machine. So it will copy the ER file from Binod's server to Amit's server. And then after copying it to there in the internal managed server of Amit, where we wanted to deploy, after which it will cross check if the file is successfully copied there or not, because like you are deploying on the cluster and the cluster have two managed server. One managed server is on Binod machine and another managed server is on Amit's machine. So in that case, in prepare phase, it copies the ER file from Binod's machine to the managed server in Amit's machine, and then it performs an error check on them as well, that if the files are successfully copied or not copied. So if it is everything is done perfectly or the files are copied to the stage directory of managed server, it goes into activate phase when you click on activate changes. So what happens when you do activate changes? The actual deployment or activation of the application happens. So when you click on activate the application, the active application is like made active on both the cluster, or like in the cluster, or you can say both the managed servers on Amit's machine and your machine. And then you can like click on the start button to run the application for all users. So users will be able to access the application. So any queries in like two-phase deployment?
No, not for me.
Okay. So now let's check for the staging mode. So this is like somewhat confusing, but yeah, it will always you will like frequently have this topic thrown at you at regular point of time. What mode is you can use for the application. So this is staging mode. Staging means you are placing a file, you are staging it on some location. So that's why the name staging mode. So you have like three staging modes: stage, no stage, and external stage. Okay. So there are like, it only depends on how and from where the WebLogic picks up the ER file. So what a server in no stage mode, a server will run applications deployed to it directly from their source directories. Okay. So what will happen is a server will first pick up the application. So you have some location on your PC where like you have placed the ER file. So what will happen is in no stage mode, since there will not be any stage directory created automatically inside the managed server. So what will happen is in this case is a server will run the applications deployed to it directly from the source directory, like from wherever in your PC you have placed the ER file. It will pick the ER file from there and it will put it into its temp location. It will like put it into its temp location and it will work from there. Okay. Any questions in stage deployment? No stage, sorry.
No.
So suppose like you have placed your ER file on a location, say ABC, then your admin server will pick the application from that particular location and it will put into its the temp location and then run it from there. And this mode is the default for admin server. Then what is the default for managed server? That is stage deployment. So what happens in stage mode is basically administration server copies the source file to the staging directory on target servers. So your managed server has the staging mode as stage by default. So when you click deploy your application, admin server will check the on which cluster or managed servers you are deploying. So it will first check the, you can say, staging mode of that particular managed server and the application staging mode as well. And then it will, if everything is set as stage, then it will deploy the application into stage directory of managed server. So this is what happens in prepare phase when it distributes the file to remote managed server. So this is what is happening here. Admin server is copying the source file to target server, like on Amit's machine it is copying the file and the target server then initialize and run the application from this directory only. Then there is so mostly you will be using the default setup unless you're like instructed to use any other method. So if you have like single admin server only, then you use the no stage mode, and for the managed servers you use stage mode. and even like you can have no stage for managed servers as well. But in that, what you need to do is you need to have the application ER file available. If you want to use like no stage mode for managed server, then you need to have applications deployed on the same box. So from where it can pick up the application. So if you are using no stage mode in managed server on Amit's machine and managed server on Binod's machine, then you need to have like application available on both machines. So in previous like instance, we only placed it on the Binod's machine, and admin server on Binod's machine was copying the ER file into stage directory of managed server on Amit's machine. But if we are using no stage mode, then we need admin server will not be copying the ER file. We need to manually like copy the ER file, then move it to some relative location on Amit's machine, and then deploy it. That is stage mode. Then we have an external stage as well. So we use external stage just in case like we have some huge ER files around 200 MB or something like that. Because if like you have like uh, 10 managed servers, okay, just imagine like copying that 200 MB. If admin server like starts, it will copy like one by one 200 MB to all 10 managed servers. And if those 10 managed servers are on different servers, and so it will take like considerable amount of time. So it may take around 10 minutes or more than 10 minutes to just deploy that particular ER file. So in that case, what you can do is you can use either the external stage or stage method, like no stage method. So what will happen is the managed servers picks up the directory from staging directory which you specify. So it will pick up the applications from there. Because like before starting the deployment, you can manually copy all the ER files which are like very huge, around 200 MB. You can copy those into the external stage directory, and your WebLogic will pick up the application automatically from there as defined in the console.
Do we copy that directly using a Control C command?
Yeah, if it is Windows, then using Control C. If it is Unix, then using SCP or FTP or SFTP.
Okay.
Just like similar to the, you already tried SFTP, right? When we copied that template, domain template.
I've never used a copy. I just use CP command, not SCP or SFCP. Is it SFCP is like a save and copy or?
Yeah, SFTP is basically your same like FTP method, file transfer protocol, using which you can log in into some remote machine and like you can grab the files from there.
Oh, okay. So we do all these things from terminal or the console?
Yeah,
Unix.
this is the Unix stuff, so you need to do in the Unix.
Okay.
Like that's your responsibility how you want to do it. Like you just need to copy the files from basically one Unix box to another Unix box. So
Okay.
that's like whatever method like you are comfortable with, you can use. You can use SCP, you can use SFTP, you can use FTP. There are other commands as well to get the files. You can use FileZilla, you can use WinSCP. There are like hell lot of options are there.
Uh-huh.
You can choose whatever you want, but usually we use the SFTP option because that is readily available on almost all the machines. That's why we first try with the SFTP. Okay. So any questions in stage modes? So this is basically the concept only. So mostly you will be using the default thing as well, default thing only.
So I think only we have to take care of the external stage. As other stage will go as the default.
Yes.
No stage in
If
stage.
you have like a huge application, 200 MB or 300 MB, so in that case the problem is if WebLogic server deploys it, it will take lot of time because it needs to copy that 200 MB file during the deployment phase only to 10 managed servers, so that will take a lot of time. So that's why we use in that scenario we can use external stage method. We can copy the ER files manually to the locations which we have specified in external stage, and we copy it there, but when we restart WebLogic it will copy the files from there.
Okay, we have to make the external stage folder by ourselves, or that comes out
No, no, no.
as a default.
Yeah, you need to create the folder and whatever folder you want, and you need to provide the path in WebLogic, and so it
So
will take the external stage path from WebLogic console, like whatever you have defined.
so assigning the path, making the folder, and so on comes during configuration of the domains, or it comes out later on. Oh,
When
when
you
we should
deploy
do
the
it.
application,
Okay.
because at that time only you will decide like I want to have the default stage no stage mode, or I want to use the external stage mode. So at that time if you decide that okay I need to use external stage mode, then you need to decide like in which particular location you want to have the ER files installed.
Mhm.
And so if that exists in the current Unix box, or I need to manually create the location. So if the location is not there, then definitely first you need to create the directory path. Okay, anyone have the WebLogic open with them?
Like
Uh,
a console?
yeah, the Unix box, the
Yeah.
terminal.
Uh-huh.
Binod
Yeah.
or Amit?
Can do it.
Okay, let me make a
I
Amit.
don't have it open.
You have it open, Amit?
No.
Okay, let me make Binod presenter then. Okay, Binod, can you go
Yeah, Vinod
into?
can do it.
Sorry, Binod.
Yeah, I got it on. Did you see it? Did you guys?
Yeah. Now go to console as well. Log into the console.
I'm already logged in.
Yeah. Now go to deployments.
Oops, give me one second. Okay.
Click on the deployment.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you inside the deployment?
Yeah, already.
Not sure. But my screen is frozen. I still
That's
see.
what do you call that? Reaction is slow. Like we saw it in here too when we were starting together.
Okay.
It's like delayed reaction. Result.
Sure. Okay, can you, yeah, just go into the deployments and the deployment, first deployment. Yeah, now it's refreshing.
Which one?
Yeah, go into advertisement application. So basically here you can see that this is the ER war file location, home, Binod, Oracle, middleware. This is the path from where it is picking up the application. So this is, can you go to the targets? Let's see where this is targeted. So it's targeted on ABC and Amit 1. Okay, Amit was in on different server. Okay, it's targeted on admins ABC only. So ABC, can you go to ABC server? Go to environment, then servers. Okay, click on ABC. Yeah, in the configuration tab, in the second row, go to deployment.
It is in the first row.
Yeah, I went to ABC and then went to a deployment.
No, 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 not this. In configuration, first go to configuration. No, 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 there itself, the first tab. Now in this tab, deployment, we are checking the configuration, so it has to be the, no, 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 just below that. This is
Which
showing the
one?
deployments, but we need to check the deployment configuration. So that will come in
Uh-huh.
the, so the main topic is configuration and these are the subtopics for configuration. So here you can see the general configuration topics. We will see the
Uh-huh.
deployment configuration. Go there.
Yeah. Right here?
Yeah. So here is where we define the staging mode. So you can only change it when you
Okay.
click on lock and edit. So right now it is staging mode. So
So
no need
same
to
sort of.
change it. Just go to the staging directory name.
Yeah.
Just below it. Go till the last. Or yeah. So this is your default stage location directory name. Even you can change it as per you want. But the default directory structure is like this only, and we usually keep it this way because this is the best practice. So you can copy paste this path. Now cd to this path in terminal.
From Bean or from where? From anywhere?
Yeah, from anywhere. That is full path, so you will be able to get into it.
Okay. This is a directory.
Yeah, cd, then paste it.
Oh, well.
Now PWD, then LSFLRT. So here you can see the applications which were copied from the location which we have given in the deployment. So those were copied from here, and then those were copied into the stage directory of your managed server. Because the target was this server only, ABC. So that's why in its stage directory, which was its default mode, the app files were deployed here. So you will not see the same thing in other server, only in this. So is it like even like you can go to some other server, like go to M1 and see if you see these files there as well, but you will not see there.
You say go to M1. I hear you say
No, 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 no. Go
from terminal.
terminal, right?
Uh, where do we go? Log.
LSFLRT. So here we can see that there is no stage directory because you have not like deployed any app here.
Uh-huh.
If you change any target of any application, then the app will be deployed here as well. So here also the end stage directory will be created, and whatever app you deployed here, so that will also be deployed here. So it works like that way. That is the like meaning of
We have it in ABC. Can I go in ABC right now?
yeah.
Because I have deployed that application in ABC too. Or I have stage.
Yeah, so here you will see the stage. So this is because we deployed it here only, these two servers. So that's why we have the stage directory here, and these files are deployed here. Okay, let me make me the presenter again. Okay. So we have like two types of deployment. So manual deployment using admin console you have already checked. That was the manual deployment. So that is what you have deployed it right now. Okay. Because you deployed it using the console. So that was done manually. So that's why the name manual deployment. Another like concept is the auto deployment. As the name suggests, auto deployment is like automatic deployment of any like ER file or WAR file without user interaction. So definitely, as per the name and the purpose, usually we use auto deployment for quickly deploying an application to a stand-alone server, which is administration server, for like you can say evaluation or testing purposes only. So it's not recommended for production or test environments. It is for only development purpose. So usually we will not be usually using this much. Only the dev team or dev environment peoples will be using this. So what you need to do is exactly, it is first thing is it is done only for administration server. Okay, on the same, and application there is a auto deploy directory in your administration server. So as soon as you put an ER file inside that auto deploy folder, what will happen is admin server detects the change that some file is copied into the auto deploy directory. So what it do is it copies that particular ER file into the admin server and deploys the code automatically without needing any user interaction. So once you like fire up the web console, administration console, you will see that the new ER, or if it was the old ER, if like the ER was already present there and you copy the new ER file, it will replace the old ER file. So you will always have the latest code when you deploy it. So why we use this to, this is used to like rapidly deploy the code, okay, without using much interaction from the user to check the code, because the usual deployment from administration console take time and development people don't have much time to like test the code. So that's why they use this auto deployment method. And only in development mode you can use the auto deployment feature, because that was intended to be used in the development mode by the developers. It is not in use for production mode. So auto deployment is clear.
So if there's any errors or problem in the application, do the application still be able to auto deploy, or they will show some error message in the log file or anything?
Yeah, it will give you an error message in the logs.
Okay.
Because in development mode there is no button called lock and edit. There is no button called activate changes. Whatever change you make or whatever is deployed from deployments auto deployment folder, that is done in the real time. So in case of any issues, you will see those straightforward on your administration console or in the logs. So that is auto deployment. Any other question for auto deployment?
No, we don't deploy on admin server, right? But here we're talking about deploying on admin server.
Yes, that is a good question. Usually in because we don't do that in production mode. We never do that in production mode, but this is only for development, for the development folks. So if I am a developer and I am working on some application, so I am changing rapidly some files or I am making some changes in the code. So I don't want to like go to console, then go to console, take lock and edit, then deploy the application or update the application. So that is a long process for me to check a simple change. So what I do is I just have an admin server running in the development mode. Development mode is for rapid application development. So what you do is I will just put my ER file in auto deploy folder, and the application file will be deployed automatically on the admin server. So I can just using the port and the application context, I can use the application without requiring much effort. So that's why the development mode. So you can use this auto deployment feature only in development mode. It is not there in your normal production mode. In production mode, you have to use the below 3 methods for manual deployment. And first one is the preferred method, like most commonly used method using the admin console.
Don't we have auto deployment even in the production? We in the production mode, right?
No.
I mean, our console is, do we have a lock and edit? Isn't that a production?
Yes, if you have lock and edit, then it is in production mode. But the auto deployment feature is not there in production mode.
Oh, because I saw last time auto deployment. I'm trying to check right now actually.
No, no, no. You will be having the auto deployment folder there, but the functionality will not work because you are in production mode.
Oh.
So in development mode also, auto deployment is only the for admin server, not managed server. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Means it will actually, yeah, it will be available on like both basically. So if you have like the app targeted to both managed server, first it will be deployed in the admin, but if later on like you target it to admin managed server as well, then it will copy it to the managed server as well. But initially when you like deploy it,
So that.
yeah, it gets deployed to admin server.
So that means we are not using auto deployment. Any developer would use that. Yes.
Yeah, usually we never uses it. That depends, like if you want to some test check or something, then only you use it. And mostly like development team uses this method to like quickly check their code changes. So this is one method of deployment. This is second, this is third, this is fourth. But the most used one is the same which you guys are using right now, because that is the easiest method and you can quickly see the errors, ambiguities, the configuration is fast and everything. But yeah, there are multiple options, so we should be aware of all the options. Okay, now shall we move ahead with the manual deployment?
Yeah.
Sure. Then for manual deployment, we can deploy using admin console. We can deploy using command line, using Weblogic.deployer utility. We saw that there is an utility called wlst.sh. So similarly, we have a utility called Weblogic.deployer as well. And then we can try the deploy using WLST as well. Okay, let's see how to do that from console. So for console, you have already done that. So there are no, just the simple steps. You just go to the console, go to deployments tab, and from there you can either delete the app, you can install the app, you can update the app. So if it's a new application, you usually go and install it. If it is an existing application, then you click on update to install the app. Any queries in deployment using admin console? So the only thing which changes in admin console is the target, where on like which targets or on which managed server you want to install the application. So you can either choose in cluster, or you can choose a managed server, or you can choose the admin server. That is like your priority, like where you want to install the app. Admin in production mode, admin server is the last thing you may want to choose, because it is recommended that you use only the managed server for any kind of deployment. Okay guys, so let's move to the weblogic.deployer command line utility.
So basically, we don't use admin server to deploy any application, right? It's the worst scenario, right?
Only when you're creating a domain and you don't want to create managed server, or you have only admin server, then there is no other place to deploy the app, so you have to deploy an admin server only. But
But
that is never recommended by Oracle or anyone, so you should always have a managed server for the application. That's the best practice. Because if you are deploying on admin console, if you're deploying your application on admin server itself, and any critical issue happens with your application, then the whole administration server may go down. And also there are some other functions of admin server as well, so that might interfere with those particular operations as well, because at the same time your admin server is also working on some things, and that particular administration server, whose whole purpose was for to provide the administrative functionality to users, that need to handle your ER file as well. So it will increase the load on your admin server. That's why it's recommended that you have an admin purpose. We have an admin server. For managed to deploy the code, we have a managed server. So deployment using command line. So weblogic.deployer is an command line utility provided by Oracle. So it is already present on your Ubuntu machines. Okay, so you just need to set up your class path, and that you can do using the set env script, or set domain env.sh as well. So once you run that, your environment is set up, and then you can run the java.deployer utility.
Set env. Set env. So we have to go.
Wait, we can do an practical as well. Let me finish this first. Yeah. So are you able to view this command? Vinod.
Which command? Connection argument?
Yeah. So this is the command which this is like the general syntax to deploy the code using Weblogic or deploy utility. Okay. So basically it's in Java utility. So first you write Java, then Weblogic dot deploy. This is the utility name. Then the connection arguments. What is the connection argument? This is your connection argument.
Oh.
Connection argument means the admin URL with which you need to connect and deploy the application, like where you want to deploy the application. So that particular domain's admin URL we need to give here. So that will come as connection argument. Then we have user credential argument. So as the name suggests, why we have this? This is for username and password. So username we have Weblogic. This is in like sample. So username we have Weblogic, and then the command name. Command name can be anything like deploy, redeploy, delete. Okay. So deploy is for what you do from the console install. So deploy is the same thing as install. So right now we are we need to give the path of the AR file.
Yes.
So this is the AR file name which we have given. It can be anything, wherever the file is present. So what it will do is weblogic.deployer will connect to this admin server with these credentials, and they will deploy this file. Since there is no target specified, it will be deployed by default on the admin server because you have not specified any server name. So if you want to specify some target that okay, deploy it only on M1 or deploy it only on ABC server, then same command, admin URL you need to provide, username password you need to provide, and deploy is for installation, and but in target section you need to provide the managed server names and then the ER file name. Any question with this commands?
So we have to write target after deploy. That's for target, right? Where we want to deploy the application.
Yes.
And
Suppose like we will replace it with the our managed servers name like ABC or M1.
But I mean,
So
yeah. Go ahead.
like, do we have to write a target or?
Okay.
Yeah, that targets is an optional component. If you want to install on some other servers apart from the managed server, then you definitely need to give the targets. If you want to deploy an admin server, then you can skip the targets part.
I think Vinod is asking, yes, so the target is the managed server in this case, but
yes,
if
right.
we write down the managed server name, do we need to write the target word or not? In front of the managed server.
Yeah, that is like you can say hyphen target is an identity field that okay, if you have hyphen targets, then it will look for the managed server's name in front of it.
Okay, so that means we need to write target, hyphen target.
Yeah, it is like similar to admin URL or username or password. So it parses that actually. It parses okay, admin URL. So it sets the value of admin URL. It parses username. So it sets username value. It parses web password. It sets the password. So this works like that way.
Oh, that means it's like the boot.property. Everything we have to write while making the boot.properties file.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
Thank you.
similarly here also it's like in command which you are running on the command line only. So that's why.
So I think we have to write a lot of things. There may be some, every time we may have some error, typing this a lot of things.
Mhm. Uh, yeah. So in like
They are the,
5 years, well, like
these
I
all
have
are the
worked on
case
this for 5 years and I never have to use this.
these all are the case sensitive, yes.
Yeah, yeah, like
Yeah, so the so the developer is the D is the capital. We have to take a look at all the things.
yes. So it's like rarely used. So in case that you have some, you can say if you are using some scripting tool or you want to write some scripts for automatic deployment, in that case you use this weblogic.deploy or WLST scripts. Otherwise you will be working with console only. Like if you have to like do it manually, then console is the only option. Like, but it's always good to have like knowledge on like how what other modes we have. So maybe if you want to write some script later on that, okay, if my application name is this, then only I want to deploy on these particular targets, then you can simply use these scripts.
So these scripts are only for the Unix machine, and if we want to do in the Windows command, so are the same or we cannot do?
So actually whatever is in the WebLogic, it is available on all the environments. It's not specific to any particular environment. So it is on for WebLogic Windows environment as well. The only thing which will change is so this command will remain the same.
Okay.
So even if you see here the example is from some Windows machine itself. C colon local files my app. This is the path which you will find only in Windows directory, not in Unix. So the only thing which will change is this script you need to go into your Windows directory, bin directory, and then run it from there. It will set the environment. Then you need to go to the command prompt and run these commands.
Oh,
That the oh sorry.
good.
That the set environment command script you wrote down in your slides.
Yes.
Isn't it with the E should be the caps set environment?
Yeah. Right.
Okay, just checking myself.
Yeah, I guess S and E is in caps. At least one thing is in caps, I guess.
Yeah. Go ahead, Vinod. Sorry.
You said set env or set domain env?
Set env is inside your
Bin.
servers bin directory,
Server.
and set domain env is inside your domain directory.
Set env is in, you said server, right?
Set env, let me show you. Here you can see set env dot exe.
Server bin.
Server Weblogic. Okay. Not user.
Not user projects.
So there are basically two files. So no matter which one you will run, it will be the same effect.
So that's a set WLSENV, right?
No, only set ENB, buddy.
I don't see only set ENV in my, you know, like WLS inside the server and inside the bin.
Take a look.
Yeah, I'm inside.
Wait, can you share screen?
Okay.
I made you the presenter. Yeah, do RLS availability.
See, I can just see set WLS ENV. I don't see set ENV.
Mm-hmm.
Did you delete it like some things from here, or is it?
No,
Because
Take a
that's
look.
strange.
I don't know how to delete. Well, I've never used delete function. Yeah.
Just select
Because
the folder and delete it.
because like there must be many files here usually which are present here.
Do I go back?
Amit, can you try in your same? Can you go to your same path and see if you only see these files only?
I have the same thing like Vinod has. Only three things.
Yeah.
So I have a window, and in window I see the set env env.exe. I got it, but it is in window. So I think in the common, somewhere in common.
Maybe in
Check it
user
common
project.
bin if you see there.
Can you go to the common?
Where is common?
One directory before.
Common is
Yeah.
in all only in the user project, right?
No, no,
No,
no,
no.
no. Go
It should
back.
be in the server also.
Yeah, go to WL server 12.1, then common, then bin.
Where do you see common?
No, go to WL server.
I thought I did.
Yeah, here you will see the common.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Common. Set paths.
Set pass ENV.
Okay, go back. Go three directories back and run the command which I'm thinking.
Can you post in the comment?
Yeah, I'm just posting.
Put in bin. Bin. Trying to find a node manager.
No, no, no. Now can you go to this? Can you go back little bit where you listed the server bin earlier. What were the 3 files there?
Where are we right now?
CD, yeah, CD, paint, server and paint.
Common?
No, server. Okay, let me give you another name. Okay, so even like you can run this command as well, set wls and env.sh. This also do the same thing. It set Weblogic server environment. So it also like sets all the class path and everything.
So run it or go change it?
The better option would be to go into the domain and in the domain bin directory, go to the domain bin directory or base underscore domain then bin.
Oh, okay, okay. Change it. Where you want?
Just a second. Run this command which I posted.
Okay.
Yeah. So here we can see that it is calling the com env.sh which sets some other like initial level arguments and in the values in the class path. So when you run this set domain env.sh, it sets the environment for your domain. So you can run it now.
What?
Set domain env.
It?
Yeah. Press tab. Yeah.
It didn't show nothing.
Now do one thing. Echo go class path.
You writing? Equal $2, right?
Yeah, echo dollar class path. Okay. In that case, dot space dot slash set domain env.sh. Now run the same command, echo class path. You can select with the arrow key as well if you please
Oh yeah.
press the. Now it is set, right?
Now.
Yeah. So this is how we. So did you see the difference here? That initially, like, we just ran the set domain env sh, but it only ran. But when you have and dot prefixed to the command, what it did was it set your environment. So if you are like sourcing some parameters, or like you need to set keep the parameters whatever are defined in your script, then you need to use in this way only, dot then space then the script name. So whatever will be the value defined in that, so that will be available even after the execution. So it is called known as the sourcing of parameters.
Okay.
Now you can run Java, write this command. Let's see where the Java is installed. Which Java? Right. So right now our Java is set to JDK. So now you can try this command. So you were able to successfully invoke it. So you are like the class is in the class path now, so you can access it. But right now we have not given any option. So we were like now stopping the app, you're starting the app. So that's why this error. Okay. So can you try deploying the application?
From terminal or console?
No, no, we will do with this utility itself. Uh, Open another instance of terminal as well. Go to the same path.
Yeah.
Go to servers. No, no, just ls after LRT. Yeah.
Servers.
Yes.
Okay.
Go to admin. Go to upload. Okay. Now copy this path into a text file. Notepad.
So when we select, it's already copied, right?
Yes, yes. When you select, it is already copied.
Okay. Okay.
So just remove the dollar in the end. Slash and the ER file name. Go to the terminal. Copy the advertisement.war. Yeah, it's copied. Paste it. Oh, no,
No,
no, no.
what happened is not copied.
No, it should get copied. Try again.
Okay, copy, right?
Yes.
No?
Press Ctrl Z.
Yeah.
Not sure why it is not working that way. Try manual copy. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm pinging you the command. So we will run the same command. Can you go to the console and delete this application?
Which one?
The one for which we just now updated the path.
Delete it?
Yeah,
We delete from the deployment, right?
yeah. Only the deployment, managed server not.
Okay, so just delete this one.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Active changes.
Once. All right.
Cool. Now go back to terminal. Copy paste the command in the notepad which I just gave you.
On the below.
Yes. So now replace the admin URL with the URL of your console. I think it is the same, right? Can you
Yeah.
confirm the console window?
But do I have to write admin URL?
Yeah, that's mandatory field.
Oh, okay. The password is wrong, right?
Yes.
So you need to change everything?
Just the password. Delete Weblogic and give the password of your console.
What about the location?
Yeah, location will be the whatever location we have copied in the first line.
So after C?
No, delete from the C. That is an imagined path.
Right? That's it?
Yes. Now, can you just show me the console URL once?
Console.
Okay.
Localhost 70.
Now run the command in the terminal.
All this command, right?
Yeah.
The program Java can be found in the
No,
following
no, no, no,
package.
not in this. Where we set the class path, where we ran the set domain env.sh. Go to that terminal.
Go back.
No. This is a different terminal. There was a terminal in which we set class path.
This one.
Yes, now run it here. Because before running this, first we need to run the set domain env.sh.
Oh, okay, I got it. I thought we have to go to a set env like a file and then change the, edit some.
No need to add it. Actually, we ran that set domain env.sh because it sets up your class path, it sets the Java path, it like those mainly set up your environment. So before running any WebLogic utility, you should have your environment set up. That's why we first run the set domain env. Now you
Which
can run the command. Yeah.
just use the grep, right?
Yeah, grep actually we saw what particular file it is calling internally. So it was calling the common environment.sh from the common bin directory earlier.
So this is the command we use: set space, dot space dot slash set domain env dot.
Yeah, you can write it in the your doc as well.
Yeah. Hold on. Right here. It's not, you said it's gonna you copy, right? When we select.
Yes, usually, but not sure why it's not working for you.
This is when we deploy the application, right? Before?
Yes, right. Because if you do not set domain env.sh, if you do not run, then it will not be able to run this weblogic.deploy utility. It will say some error that not found.
Set domain.
Set domain, we need to set the environment variables.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now run the same. Now copy the command. Yeah.
So in front of the slash, there should be 1 point or 2 points.
Which one?
Command.
This only one dot space dot set domain dot assets.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Now try the same command.
Says the advertisement application dot war does not exist.
Oh, yes. Because like you need to include that home binode as well in front.
Right.
Yeah, I guess you have not included the home bin slash home slash bin slash binode.
Okay.
Yeah, slash is missing. Yeah. Now run it.
Oh, where is it? Where is it?
Slash home slash binode.
Is it the capital letter or?
Oh, not sure. You need to like go and check the path exactly. What is the path here?
Let me see.
I think you already have a session open. Yeah, now just do an PWD.
PWD.
Yeah. Now just copy this path over there.
But I don't see the Vinod and home. Right here, right here.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. Just, is it home first or Vinod? Home Vinod, okay. Isn't it same thing? Yeah, it's right.
Yeah.
But why it's not doing? See right here, before Oracle, you see a slash Vinod slash home slash, right?
Yeah, just run it. Yes.
It said does not exist.
Can you copy paste copy the whole from home to .var?
Which one? This one?
Yes. Wait. Go to upload folder here.
Upload folders. Hold on. Where is it?
ls.
Yeah, there is no advertisement.
Okay. From where did you install that earlier?
Actually, my brother gave me that application, and I don't know what's what is it?
Yeah, you can write the name here. It will take from here.
Where?
The first icon just above the Google Chrome icon. There is a button there.
Where is it? Oh, right here.
Yeah. Now write the file name.
Right here.
Okay, it is searching. Yeah. Right click and open. Show in folder. You can go up little bit up.
Where?
Go a little bit up.
I'm all the way up. See? That's the up.
Yeah. Again search there and instead open in folder.
Close this.
Yeah. Search. Yeah. Click. Then instead show in folder, right?
Okay.
Okay, so it's present in download. So you can. Okay, it's fine actually. You can right click. Properties. You can copy the path from here. Basic, go to basic. Home Binode downloads. Copy this path and replace it there.
Replace where? In the terminal?
Yes. Now replace the path here.
Is good?
Yeah, we do not need Oracle middleware user project domain based domain. because it is present inside home window downloads, right?
Yeah.
So you can remove the extra path.
Up to here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now wait.
Okay, let's do it again.
Can you go to that?
Yeah, this one, yeah.
No. Can you go to console? Go to the console.
Okay.
Go to admin server. Okay. Now go to deployment. Okay. So here you can see the staging mode is no stage.
Okay. That's the default, right?
Yeah, that is the default for admin server. So here it is like popping from there and putting inside the upload directory, admin server and upload.
Yeah.
Now try to run that command again and maximize the console.
Okay.
Yeah, just do one more thing. Just
Uh-huh.
instead of local host, give the IP 127.0.0.
Admin user Weblogic.
Or you can use T3 as well.
Okay. You said what instead of localhost?
Yeah, give 127.0.0.1.
127 dot
0.0
0 dot 0 dot
1.
21.
No, only one. Yeah,
Okay.
now run it.
I need to change the everything is good, yeah?
Yeah,
Unreachable nested exception.
wait,
He
okay.
has not taken out that 7001.
Port 7001 Weblogic server.
I think you have to take out these things.
Take out
When
what?
you, since he's not using the local host, instead he's giving the IP, I think in his command he also wrote down the 7001 there.
No. We need to give the full with the, yeah, we need to give port as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got it, Vinod. Sorry for that.
Try with T3 instead of HTTP. Give T3.
7001. Alright.
Yeah, it should work now.
Yeah, I think it's working.
Okay. So since we didn't specify any target, so it is deployed on admin server only. So now can you go to the same path in the other? There was one other session you have. Go to that. Yeah, LSFNLRT.
Are we supposed to
Okay.
see the admin file here?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Why it's not there now. Okay. Anyhow, like
Right.
it copies everything in the TMP directory. Now you can go to the control, deployments.
The main deployment or the
Yeah, here. So here it is in new state. Targets will be the admin server only.
oh yeah.
Yeah, now go to summary of deployments only, and start the application.
It already says active.
Oh, okay, I thought it was the below one. Okay, fine then. So we can see that the app is deployed.
Let's try it. Now is it in the local host or
No, it's on localhost only. It's that like internally, like when Weblogic is trying, is not able to connect to localhost. It's working only on T3 protocol.
okay, so how come we can't see like upload here?
That is fine actually. What it do is it copies if you go into TMP directory.
TMP.
So it copies the ER file from the download location and it put it inside the TMP location. TMP is like the temp directory. So
Huh?
it's for temporary usage.
Capital TMP. Why it's not showing?
No. LS.
Oh, TMP. Now
Yeah. Go to TMP and LS. Go to WL user.
W. Okay, it's right here.
So here you can see the all the like temporary files for advertisement application. So if you go into this advertisement application, you can see like there would be all the JSPs, XML files, all will be present inside that. So you can try going in there.
What file?
Yeah. Or do an LS.
Yeah.
Anush,
Yeah.
yep, I have to be somewhere, so I'm leaving right now.
Okay, sure, Amit, no issues. We will be wrapping up soon, so
Yeah.
like 2 to 3 minutes, we will cover rest of the steps tomorrow.
Alright, I'll see you tomorrow.
Sure. Okay. Have a good day. Thanks for joining. Bye.
Okay, thank you.
So like these are all the files which are present inside that. So what WebLogic do is it copies from there and copy it into this temporary location from which you are accessing it in the your browser, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So any queries here?
Got it?
No, I keep on looking. I have to, I have to see the video.
Okay, let me make me the presenter. So probably when we draw for today, you guys can try this command as well. So in this command, so all those things will remain same. Just for the targets, you can give your manage server name, then it will deploy to the manage server. So you can try that once we draw for today as in practice session. So and that actually it will deploy to multiple managed servers as well.
Hey, Anuj, how can we get some sample application, to practice? Like Binod has two. I saw that.
Okay, you can download it from the Google, or you can install the sample application which comes with Weblogic itself.
Okay, sample application in which folder that is in.
Sorry, can you come again?
So you said when downloading the Weblogic, it comes as a sample application.
Yes.
So
Actually,
where do they do look at, in which folder?
yeah, because see, like those are not available like or installed, so they like come as a sample. So you have an option, you like need to go and manually select those application as you want.
Okay.
So you can try those particular application basically.
Okay.
So maybe you can let me see the path where we have that installed.
I missed it. I know they've been calling in so much, but I know I cannot work.
Can you check in your WebLogic server examples directory? Because I see it seems I didn't install the samples.
The thing is, I can work. I don't want to get up. I get exhausted. I just don't get the call before they. Yeah, I'm working already. Good day.
So you said WebLogic server folder inside it.
Yeah, WebLogic server 12. Inside that, check it if you have examples folder.
Oh, I don't have the example folder. I have only common inventory, Lion, zip uninstall, home, and product properties.
Okay.
I have not 12. I have 10.3.6.
Okay, and you don't see that there. Actually, I never have used those sample applications, but yeah, I believe they bundle those with it. Or you can like download like any ER file or WAR file from the Google sample web applications for WebLogic. You can search and you will find some apps which you can download from the Oracle site itself. You can try to install those.
Okay, I'll try, and if something
Sure.
will be wrong, then yeah, I'll let you guys hear.
Yeah, I believe because usually no one used to because like that option is usually unchecked. So when we might have installed WebLogic, we didn't select that particular for samples checkbox because it
Oh
asks
yeah,
like
yeah.
what components we want to install. So I guess we didn't check that because that like adds some more space to your disk. That's why that you and usually when we deploy we don't use the sample and all those particular applications because in production environment we will be using those rarely. So that's why we might have like that particular option unchecked. So that's why those were not installed at our end. So, but you can download it from the Oracle site. So those are the same apps, and you can try working on that. Okay, guys, I will upload the session for today as well.
Okay.
And we will meet tomorrow, and we will continue
Okay.
on the WLST part. So after which we will check on JDBC.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, guys. Then thanks. Have a
Hi, Donald.
training. Have a good day.
Thank